Welcome in, friends. We are in another episode. Of course, we're bringing a conversation that we haven't actually had in this podcast ever. We are going to be highlighting castor oil for you today, so stay tuned. You're listening to the Essential Oil Scoop podcast. We're here to help you confidently using essential oils in your daily life. No fluff, just real talk and practical tips. Each episode brings you education, inspiration, and of course, our scoop of the day. Let's elevate your wellness one drop at a time. So yes, castor oil has been kind of a fad word recently. It's been around way before you and I were even a thought, but it's had this like revitalization of awesomeness. That's what I'm going to call it. Castor oil is so beneficial for us. So we get to learn exactly why doTERRA has decided to, one, have their own, two, why it's important, and three, how you can utilize it into your wellness with your essential oils.
So we actually have talked about this once before. We talked about this when castor oil first came out in September for our new products and stuff. So we did actually talk about this because we talked about belly button patches, and I remember us talking about
Oh,
belly button
that's right. But
patches.
it wasn't a standalone conversation. It was
Mm-mm,
talking,
no,
okay,
with everything else. But
thank you,
this is
friend.
the first actual, like, we're just only going to focus on castor oil for this conversation.
Got it. Well, it's amazing.
I love using cat. Okay, have you been using your castor oil packs? Have you been doing castor oil packs?
So castor oil packs, no, but using castor oil almost daily, yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
like
gonna
applying
invite
it over
you.
my kidney, over my
I'm gonna
liver.
invite you to start using them as a pack and doing like a hot pad over it because I am telling you, I've been doing. I mean, I've always done castor oil like on and off forever. Like this has been a thing. As a massage therapist, we tell our clients to do this on your sore muscles to put castor oil packs on and then do um heating pads and stuff on it, right? Like I've been telling people that forever. So, but I'm going to invite all of you, not just Vicky, but I'm going to invite all of you to start trying castor oil packs. So let's talk about how to use a castor oil pack first, and then we'll get
Mhm.
into like, let's talk about what is in our castor oil first, I guess. Let's hit the why we use castor oil, what's good about castor oil. Then we'll talk about how to use castor oil packs. Then I'll tell you about why I like to use them in belly button patches.
There's a whole bunch packed into this
I know,
episode,
I'm
friend.
so excited. Like, can you tell? Like, I really enjoy castor oil packs. Like, I enjoyed this whole thing.
Yeah, so castor oil is rich in rhyolinic acid, and correct me if I'm wrong in pronouncing that, but it's a rare omega-9 fatty acid and other beneficial omegas that deeply hydrate our skin and hair. But it also has the ability to penetrate deep into our bodies. That's why there's such a thing as castor oil packs. And again, we're going to highlight that later. But I honestly didn't use it until like 2 years ago, before doTERRA even had theirs. I wasn't familiar, and I still feel that there's a big population out there that does not know that this is available for their wellness. I love the fact that our castor oil is USDA certified organic, cold pressed, hexane free, and vegan friendly. Those are very important pieces of information to make sure that your castor oil that you have at home check those markers, because let me tell you, there is not so clean castor oil out there, and you feel like you think you're getting the benefits of pure castor oil when in fact you're not. You're being sold a lie. So do yourself a favor. So you want to highlight that for a minute, Sarah?
Yeah. So let's talk about hexane. Hexane's like that not so great stuff that comes that like is in your like I don't know how to describe this the best way, but what is why do we want hexane free is because it's like the petrol like what you would put in your car. Okay, hexane is like what you would put in your car. You do not want that in your body. That is bad. That is really, really bad. You're not an engine. Okay.
No.
So, I mean, and I think some people people get confused with like castor oil versus like castor oil, like motor oil. Like like they get confused. So we are not talking about the stuff that you would use in your car or your engine. Okay. Like, this is not what we're talking about. We are talking about all natural hexane free castor oil. So let's, like, I guess that's the definite, like, that's where I want to kind of go with this of like, this is the good stuff. We're talking good, clean,
High quality.
high quality, excellent. I mean, then there's so many things you can use with castor oil, like do for with castor oil. There's so much.
Hmm. Yeah. And of course, so if you've never tried castor oil before, obviously make sure you add it to your rewards order next time you place your doTERRA order. But patch test. Of course, with anything that you've never used before, you should always patch test because you don't know if there's going to be any reaction on your skin. So start small. I, in Vicky fashion, I got so excited, opened that bottle up, and I lathered it on over my liver. I just did. But I had already tried another castor oil before, and I knew this was a cleaner version, so I was like, I'm good to go. So don't do that. Patch test. But I'm telling you guys, the consistency is thick.
Yeah.
I don't know how to describe it. It's a thick, it's not um tacky like other castor oils, and I've only tried two others. But the two other ones that I had were more tacky, and I didn't like the feeling. doTERRA's isn't as tacky. Would you agree, Sarah?
Yeah, the viscosity is a lot thicker. So don't
Mhm.
think of this as like
Coconut oil.
coconut oil. It's not going to be like coconut oil. It's a lot thicker. But you're right, the tackiness, the stickiness, it's not like the sticky residue that you sometimes have with castor oils. It's
Mhm.
not there.
Mm-mm.
Uh, it's I love it. Truthfully,
Yeah.
I really love ours. It's really good for there's so many good things. Like it's so good for the skin. Like it's just so good for your skin. I mean, we can talk about all of like the internal aspects of what it's good for your body. It's so good for your skin.
Mhm.
If you caught our last episode where we talked about intimacy, this is a great lubrication oil that you can be using. It's a lot thicker, so you got to learn to work with it a little bit. Um, but it has a lot of anti-inflammatory effects that you can use. Like I talked about using it on for massage therapy. This is great
Mhm.
around the joints area.
Mhm.
Um, Skin issues. Oh, I know people that I've just heard of somebody was telling me I went to go get my hair done the other day, and she was telling me a lot of people are doing castor oil in their hair for like doing what are they calling masks, castor oil
Mhm.
hair masks. And I was like,
With rosemary, probably.
Yeah, because they're like we strip our hair of so many good nutrients because of all of our products that we use or heat and all the things. So she was saying to use it as it's like a lot of her clients are now using it as a scalp treatment and hair mask. So just some ideas on the outside, right? Like I'm just talking on the all the benefits of the outside of your body of using it, applying it on the outside. Um of just like wound healing. It helps with wound healing, like it increase like because it helps the skin, right? Creates that nice barrier, especially right now in the winter where your skin might be a little bit drier. Um, Cracking of your heels. I don't know if you ever have like cracked or dry heels.
Hmm.
I tend to get those sometimes, especially I'm a flip-flop girl, so like I have to
Hmm.
take care of my little tootsies. So castor oil is a great one to be putting
Yeah.
on.
Put a sock
Um,
on. If you do that, just know that it can I wouldn't say ruin, but it can get over the things that it touches.
yeah,
So put a sock on, but it is extremely, extremely hydrating. I I would advise, so the bottle is a 300 milliliter bottle, okay, 10.14 fluid ounces. It's a glass bottle. It is beautiful. It's big, but I would recommend if you have it for multiple uses, put it in a dropper bottle. Do yourself a favor, like the hair mask thing that you were talking about, Sarah. I have a bottle set aside that I'm going to do castor oil and rosemary in because I want to take that dropper and like line it on my scalp so I can massage it in versus accidentally using too much because a little goes a long way. You
yeah.
don't need a ton. But I love that idea, the hydration, the scalp stuff, like because I've lost a ton of hair the past couple years, and my babies are coming in, and I'm like, okay, I want to nourish them. So that's just something fun that you can do with it.
Also,
And
the castor oil in the rose quartz roller bottles are amazing. So
if
good.
you got one, if you got one, or find one that you can use.
Mm-hmm. They're so great. Like I have one sitting right here on my desk. Like it's so good because you can use this on your neck. Like if you are like wanting to some like breathe some elasticity back into your neck
I just
area
put on some last night, no
and
joke.
you just can
Hmm.
like I'm putting it on right now.
Yeah.
Just roll it on like an old fashioned. Do you remember the old fashioned deodorant rollers? That's about what they look like. They look like the old fashioned deodorant rollers.
Oh,
So
well, I didn't realize that, but yes, once you said it, yes, absolutely.
that's what they look
Huh.
like. But instead of the roller bottle being like plastic, it's actually rose quartz, which is if you're into like understanding rose quartz and all the things that rose quartz can do for your body,
It
this is like
amplifies. It,
this is a
mhm.
match made in heaven for your skin. Like it is so good. And I'm like, I had rubbed it on. It is a little slightly tacky to the touch because I just rolled it on, but not like it's not bad. It's not like
No.
I'm gonna sit here and be like my skin is already absorbing it in as we speak, and it's no longer even tacky anymore. So
And it doesn't
this
have a
is
nasty odor either, by the way. Like there's a slight aroma to it, but it's very minimal compared to the other castor oils that are on the market with all the extra fluff that's not needed. This is just pure and simple, but very powerful for your wellness. I just applied it to my neck last night because I honestly forgot that I could. I just did. I had a total brain fart. I did, and I woke up this morning and I realized it was less, my throat was less irritated. The skin was less irritated, and it just looked hydrated. I was
mhm.
like, win. I'm so winning.
Guys, look, like you can't see this, but Vicky, you can see this. Like it actually like take away some of like the what do you call it? The gobbler thing that comes underneath your chin. Like, well, what? No, look,
The
like,
hyaluronic acid in it helps with
mhm,
inflammation, helps decrease inflammation. And that's why, if you know someone that has broken a bone, has a sprain, has inflammation of some kind, how awesome would it be to apply Copaiba or Aroma Touch or Deep Blue and then the castor oil and put a castor oil pack over it to help your body do the healing it wants to do? Brilliant.
yeah, it's so good. Like, oh, we could talk about this for like literally episodes worth of
Hmm.
so much because castor oil is so healing and so
Hmm.
beneficial. So let's
Oh,
jump into castor oil packs for a second and like let's like deep dive into that. So I don't know how you don't use castor oil packs then.
no, I'm going to get into the habit of it, but right now it's just strictly, using
Okay.
Revitazine over my liver and castor oil basically on top.
I will tell you Sarah's version of how to use this. Okay, because I'm not saying I'm like the be all end all. This is the absolute way you have to do it. Okay, I'm just going to tell you what I do, how I use it, and you guys can go from there and do your own research. Okay, like this is so what I like to do. I have the DoTerra castor oil pack, which P.S. I'm going to put in a shameless plug right now. If you order your month two of the 90-day reset and you do the cleanse, it will actually come for free this month.
Yeah.
Okay,
If you're
because you'll have
watching this
your
live,
200
like,
PV order or more, you'll get the castor oil in with the 90-day reset for free. You'll get the castor oil pack because you put in an order of 200 PV or more, and you'll get the geranium. Okay, so like I'm just gonna put a shameless plug in there, and you'll get the castor oil pack. So this is what I want you to do. I want you to go to. I was gonna say Joanne Fabrics, but that's all gone now. That makes me
I
sad.
know that's so
You're gonna go
sad.
you're going to go to Walmart. You can go to Walmart. You can go to Michael's. You can go to Hobby Lobby. Get yourself some good flannel. Okay. And you don't need very much. You only need maybe a quarter of a yard. Okay. Get some good flannel. I prefer the unbleached flannel, but you can get whatever you want. You're gonna put you're gonna put your oil, whatever oil you're gonna use first. So I'm right, like currently I'm using Revitazone and geranium. Okay, I'm using those together. So currently I'm using those together. I'm putting the oils onto my area first. So like Vicky was talking about liver, put it over your liver first. Okay. Then I'm
Mhm.
putting the castor oil actually onto the flannel, the pieces of flannel, and I put the flannel on. And then I put the castor oil pack around it because it's going to hold it into place. Okay. And you're going to sit for at least 30 minutes quietly. Okay. Don't watch something that's, you can watch TV. Okay. I'm not saying you can't, but don't watch something that's going to like make your heart rate go up. Okay. Even in the best of movies where you're laughing really hard, your heart rate's still going up. Okay. So if you're going to watch TV, I want you to watch something not sad either because I want, I really prefer you not to watch TV, but if you're going to watch TV, watch something that's like light, not super emotional, because you want your body to be completely relaxed
They can
and
tune
not,
into our podcast. Just
yeah,
saying.
listen to the podcast, listen to a book, read a book. I prefer you to read a book. Um, do something gentle for yourself. Sit in a quiet place, but have a heat pack or an electric blanket. I like my electric blanket, so I double up my electric blanket, put that over my abdomen. And you're just gonna like relax because it's going to increase your blood circulation. It's going to, I don't know, it's going to help with all the different things. And I say leave it on for at least 30 minutes. You can leave it on for a lot longer. A lot of people sleep with them on. I don't like to sleep with it on, uh, mainly because it like I don't it like it doesn't feel comfortable to me. If that makes any sense. Like some people are cool, they can sleep like that. I can't. Like I want to be loosey goosey when I'm sleeping, nothing on my, I don't want it to be constricted. Um, so 30 minutes, 90 minutes, 30 to 90. Some people, like I said, some people will, I will take mine off and I'll just leave the castor oil. Like some people wash it off and everything. And apparently you can use, baking soda if you don't like the leftover feeling on your skin. Some baking soda and warm water, and that will take it off gently. I personally like to leave it on, and I usually do this at night before I go to bed. So I'll unwind, read a book, and then I just leave it on for the rest of the night and take that off. So that's and I love my belly button patches. So we'll get into that in a second. And then I wash. You actually don't have to wash the flannel. You could do one or two times of it before you actually have to wash the flannel. So
Mhm.
I just have it in my cupboard. I have my castor oil pack and I have my little thing. I have it in a cupboard. My cupboard has its own little shelf for just all my castor oil stuff. So I do that. I love that. And I wear old clothes, like an old t-shirt, like what I'm wearing to bed, you know. I don't wear
Mhm.
anything like definitely I wouldn't wear any kind of like silk or satin, anything that like just use something old, wear an old t-shirt, an old pajama
Yeah,
shirt or
something that you
whatever.
don't mind getting some of this on and possibly, staining.
Hmm.
Uh, Sarah, I'm glad you mentioned that because I never thought of your way of doing it. So instead of applying the castor oil to the castor oil pack, it's there as a placeholder and to do some absorption of the castor oil.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's brilliant.
I
I,
like the idea of cotton versus
mhm,
like I don't know what fabric is on the castor oil pack because it's plastic. Obviously, you want to most castor oil packs are plastic on the outside because it's a barrier to protect your clothing and
mhm,
and your environment or
mhm,
blankets or whatever. So
mhm.
but I really like that flannel. It's soft, it's natural. Flannel's made from 100% cotton. I prefer cotton. So that's what I use. Now, like I said, you don't have to do it Sarah's way. Like
Mhm.
I'm not telling you I'm the perfect way of doing something. Okay. I'm just giving you an option of what to do.
It is a way, not the only way. It is a
Hmm.
way. And Sarah talked about castor oil patches, like belly button patches. So they
Love
make
them.
those just like a big freaking band-aid, right? Like that's the easiest way that I can describe it would be, but
So
different?
it's a little bit
No?
different.
Okay.
So
Tell
think of
us how.
it. think of it like I have my personal ones are little flower shapes actually, but you can get circles, the circle shapes. They've got heart shape ones. There's a couple different shapes. I just happened to get some of the flower shape ones because I liked that they were all natural. They have an all natural cotton pad on them. Okay. And so it has like a little barrier. It has like a little thicker barrier where you can put the castor oil onto it, onto the actual patch. So what I will do is I usually take, again, I'm a Revitazine girl right this second. Take Revitazine. I put a couple of drops on my finger and I stick it inside my belly button. Okay. And I
Mhm.
put it all in there. And then I put the castor oil onto the little patch. And again, it has this little like lift, like a little lip of a barrier and around the center. So you can pour it in there. Now, do not be overly generous with your pour. Okay. I'm a heavy pourer, so don't do that. Okay. You want just a little bit. A little bit goes a long way. And then you just put it onto your belly button. Okay.
Mhm.
And you sleep with it there all night long.
Mhm.
And I'll forget about it sometimes, like when I wake up in the morning, because it doesn't irritate my skin. It doesn't bother me at all, where other things will bother me, right? But I will sleep with that on. It has revolutionized my digestive health. When I do this, like TMI, but I poop really good with it. Like
Yeah.
it's giving me great bowel movements. It's moving things around. Um, gosh, it's so good. Like I love, love, love it.
Well,
And
castor oil improves digestion and your detoxification. So, yes, hopefully it is increasing, the frequency of your healthy bowel movements. That's important for any of us, right? The reducing inflammation and pain, check. Hormone balance, check, right? Your parasympathetic nervous system. That's why Sarah was saying earlier, when you're applying the pack, hopefully you have some heat on top. Don't watch or do something that is going to elevate your heart rate. Do something that's very soothing and relaxing, very mundane, because it's going to help your body and your parasympathetic nervous system. Skin hydration, like all of these things, detoxification, opening your detoxification pathways, like your lymphatic system, your lymphatic drainage, because your lymphatic system doesn't do it on its own. It needs the help, it needs us to do it. And your liver function. That is why, no joke, doTERRA is so methodical and so on point with like everything is connected. That's why they're encouraging us to do our research, understand the value of castor oil, clean castor oil, when it comes to detoxing. And it pairs perfectly with a 90-day detox. And it pairs
it's
perfectly with any day of the week. Super
yeah.
simple to do.
I will do a caveat because I know this is kind of a hot topic when it comes into the castor oil world. If you are familiar with the castor oil world, um, is the idea of like doing it during your period or not your period. Like this is like a hot topic. This is like hot button issue. Like some people are like, you should do it during your period because they'll say, well, it helps with cramps, right? We want to
Mhm.
do this because it helps with cramps, and it does because it helps with muscles, right? But the other topic is not doing it during your period because your body is detoxing naturally right that second already. And so adding to it makes your body work harder. And so we want to be kind of like, especially if you are getting into the cycle syncing, with your calendar and trying to do things cycle syncing with your calendar, this is the time of the month where you're gentle with yourself and you don't want to do a lot of harsh or heavy detoxing during that time. You want to allow your body to go through that process naturally. Really good is to do it prior to your period because then you're going to be naturally detoxing along with it, right? And then stop during that week of your period. So again, you do what's best for you, but it can be a hot topic. It can be a
Mhm.
very hot topic for people who are like, how do we do this during, because some people are like, oh yeah, you must. And other people are like, oh, don't do that because you're doing too much detoxifying. You're doing too much at a time. You will feel sick the day out. You will feel sick afterwards. So if we're talking gentle detox, I'm going to recommend you wait during your period. Don't do it during your period.
Mhm. Thank you for highlighting that, friend. So, as you can tell, there's a lot of benefits for incorporating castor oil into your daily routine. Again, consult your physicians. If you have never used castor oil before, do your own research. Advocate for yourself. We're just here to share what we've learned and the ways we would incorporate it in our lives, how we have. And we're hoping that this invites conversation and action into your life. I love castor oil. I'm so glad I'm learning more about it, but I'm very happy with the benefits I've seen personally with incorporating Revitazine and the castor oil itself. Now, doTERRA's castor oil, do not consume it. This is a topical. You know, we've talked in the previous episode of how some people can use it for lubrication. Again, do your own research, product test, spot test. But I'm telling you, I'm not gonna never not use castor oil. It is just that beneficial. I'm looking forward to learning more and sharing it with you as time goes on. Sarah, is there anything else that you want to highlight before we go into our scoop of the day?
Some doctors may tell you to take it internally. It's not the best idea. They'll tell you that for if you're super, super constipated. I wouldn't do
Hmm.
it. I would do it on your abdomen and allow nature to take its course for a gentle detox. Just gonna say that.
Hmm.
Because sometimes let's be really honest, and you can have an open if your doctor's really good and has an open and honest conversation with you, and which I've had with my doctors in the past. They're like, they don't know. So they're gonna err on the caution of if I don't know, I'm not gonna recommend it.
Correct.
They'll say, don't use it because they don't want to be the one to be responsible for recommending something that they don't know anything about. So be kind of be yes, have conversations, have lots of open conversations with your doctors, but also understand what type of doctor you have in front of you. If your doctor is
Hmm.
the type of person who says no just because they don't know anything about it, because they
Hmm.
want to cover themselves from a lawsuit, know that. If you
Hmm.
have an open conversation, which I've had with my doctors, my one doctor, she'll be like, I don't know anything about it, Sarah. You probably know more about it than I do. It's your body, your choice kind of a thing that she'll tell me,
Conversation.
right?
Hmm.
My functional medicine doctor will be like, you tell me about it. Like, because he is so open and honest about what doctors know and don't know. And because I got really frustrated when he was explaining something to me one time. He's like, Sarah, don't get mad at your doctors. They only know what they've been taught.
Hmm.
And they're so busy, they don't have time to research all the nuances of life. Okay. Don't get mad at them. They don't know. They weren't taught. This is what they were taught. This was what's in their textbooks. This is what they've learned. Nutrition, guess what? Your doctors don't know a lot about nutrition. They only had one class for one semester.
Yeah.
Okay. They don't know. You probably know more about nutrition than some of your doctors will know. And
Hmm.
that's okay. We just have to like understand what they understand and know and not be mad because I was very mad when my doctor told me some things. He was like, don't be mad at him. They don't know. And
Hmm.
it's not their fault. The system didn't teach them.
Hmm. We get to be our own advocates. We get to have conversations like this. You get to be in front of those that have done the research. Friends, have you heard of YouTube? Yeah, it's a great place to get in front of people that actually know their stuff. Okay, don't Dr. Google things. Don't assume Dr. Google knows exactly what you need and how to use it safely. But friends, do your own research, connect with us.
And don't assume AI knows things because there's been times where AI has failed me, hardcore failed me. And I'm like, you're wrong. You're absolutely wrong. So I know we're on this like everybody loves their chat GPT and their different Grok and their Claude and all their AI people. And AI advice, AI doesn't know everything either.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Not yet. Not
They're
yet.
there's a very like they're limited to certain things, and I'm just gonna like tell you to do actual research, not just rely on Google, not
Mhm.
just rely on your AI bots.
Mhm.
Go to like PubMed, go to like actual studies that have been done, not just hearsay and blogs on the internet.
Yeah. Friends, my scoop of the day before we let you go is to get yourself a bottle of castor oil, okay? When you get that castor oil, decide how you want to use it topically. Is it for skin? Is it for hair growth? Is it for your lymphatic system? For me, I am choosing to help my liver detox. It's very sluggish right now and it needs a little kick in the pants. So I am using castor oil over my liver on a daily basis with Revitazine. You choose the method you want to do to support your wellness and stick to it. Okay? I can't wait to hear what you have to say about your journey with castor oil. Sarah, what's your scoop?
Um, you start using castor oil packs immediately, 3 times a week minimum, maximum 5 times a week, but every other day, if you know what understand what I'm saying. Um, get the castor oil patches. If you don't want to start with the castor oil packs, get the patches at least. Start doing the belly button, doing whatever your system that you want to work on. Find the oil that's going to work with that system. So if you're digestive health and use the Revitazine then, right? If you're like,
Mhm.
I want to detox gently, um, if you're trying to support your pancreas or your blood sugar levels, MetaPower is a great one to be using. So, like, what system are you trying to help out with and use that in your belly button patches? I'll put a link for the belly button patches that I have and that I like
Perfect.
in the show notes. So because when you open up Amazon, there's like a gajillion of them, right? I will give you the link for what I use, what I've used like 40 of the 50 pack that I have, so I've used them enough, right? Like they are tired and true. I have not had any issues with them, like them. So use that. Get on. If you haven't ordered your cleanse month this month, get on that and do that. Get your castor oil, you get your castor oil packs, you're gonna get your geranium, you're gonna get your Revitazine, you're gonna get a lot of the things we've already talked about here. Thanks for tuning in, and we hope you enjoyed today's episode and are feeling inspired to dive in even deeper into the world of essential oils. Want exclusive offers, content, and recipes? Click on the newsletter link in the show notes today. Looking for even more wellness inspiration? Dive into our previous episodes and stay in the loop by following us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram at the Essential Oil Scoop Podcast. Thanks for being a part of our Essential Oil family. And remember, hit the subscribe button to be notified every time we upload a brand new episode.